My name is Sila Mendoza Hill. I'm here in Malawi to visit my dad, Michael Hill. Malawi is a country in Southeast Africa nestled between Tanzania, Zambia, and Mozambique, a country filled with natural beauty. Yet burdened by a struggling economy. In 1996, my dad, Mike, and other former Peace Corps volunteers, along with local activists, created the Malawi Children's Village. Among its many missions to improve life in Malawi, MCV provides help to guardians caring for orphans and other children. An on-site medical facility and an outreach team provides food, blankets, clothing, as well as medicines. With the help of Rotary, MCV has brought in water pumps to rural areas, providing irrigation and drinking water year-round. In less than a decade, MCV has given over 100 secondary school scholarships, and an on-site vocational training center is providing a nurturing learning environment for a generation of young people who have had very few options in life. In a country where more than 500,000 children have been classified as AIDS orphans, much of MCV's resources have gone into the care and treatment of men, women, and especially children struggling with the devastation of HIV/AIDS. To better improve the understanding of the AIDS crisis in Malawi, MCV has funded a professional production company from the U.S. to make a movie called Juma's Story. Using local villagers and orphans as first-time actors. Juma's Story dramatizes the life of a gifted young man from a humble rural village whose promising future is cut short when he contracts the HIV virus. Through special screenings of the movie Juma's Story, it is the hope of MCV to create a more profound dialogue among Malawi's diverse population, to better deal with the effects of the disease and learn how to stop its further spread.
Chomwe ndinaiwalira kumphunzitsa kuti kodi yeye angakule bwanji moyo wake popeza kunja kuno kopsa ndi matenda achaopsa otiziwa HIV/AIDS.
The aspect I find most interesting about their movie, and the reason I'm here, is to get to know some of the cast and crew members, who they themselves are orphans, whose lives have been directly affected by AIDS. This is a glimpse into their world. I'd like you to meet Jonathan, Memory, Baxton, and Samson.
Okay.
And what's your name?
My name is Memory.
And how old are you, Memory?
I'm 17 years old.
17. That's a good age.
Yeah.
You have your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah.
Where are you from? What village do you live in?
I live at Inchocho village.
Which village?
Inchocho.
In Chocho.
Yeah.
And who do you live with there?
I live with my grandmother.
Your grandmother?
Yeah. I have got my mom.
Uh-huh.
But my father has gone out.
Your father's passed away?
Yeah.
When did he pass away?
In 1994.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were young.
Yeah.
How did your father pass away? What did he have? Like most people in Malawi, Memory knows that her country has been hit hard by AIDS, but cannot fully accept that her own father was a victim of the disease. Like young people throughout the world, Memory has hopes for a better future, but having lost her father at such a young age, her goals will be that much harder to achieve.
When I finish my school, I want to be not married.
Not married?
Yeah.
Are you afraid to be married?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's a big job to marry.
Tell us about your role.
In the play, I'm acting as a tennis player, Mr. Chisomo, that is a Malawian player. It was hard at first because I've never played tennis before. So, because of my hard working, I managed to do everything possible. I hit the ball easily now. I'm happy that I'm doing okay with tennis. Yeah.
I think you're doing better than okay. I think you
Yeah.
were the best one, right?
I think so.
Baxton also lost his father at a young age and has had to assume many adult responsibilities to help support his household. In the making of Juma's story, Baxton worked both in front of and behind the camera. He assisted in the production as script supervisor and helped organize local volunteers.
Mr. Swally told me
Yes.
that everything is in your hands. When the shooting crew comes, everything will be okay. So I devoted myself coming here every day, telling people, the students, have to work hand in hand so that this thing works. They were all patient to me because whatever I told them, they were obedient.
This is Samson. He plays the principal role of Juma as a young man in the movie Juma's Story. In the fictional drama, Juma is a young villager who is encouraged by his mother to take his school studies seriously. A chance opportunity allows him the possibility to pursue a career as a tennis player, as well as continue his academic studies.
Juma's future looks promising until a pair of friends encourage him to drink. His lack of experience leads to poor decisions that alter the course of his life. The point of the movie being that AIDS is indiscriminate.
A gracious yet shy individual, Samson agrees to show us his home.
Can enter.
Incredible as it might seem, in the last decade, Malawi has lost a third of its population to AIDS, most of them men. Samson's father was a prosperous man who owned his own business and built a special house for his family.
This is the kitchen, and this is our bathroom. There were goats here, and here there were sheep.
Samson shows us the remains of a once prosperous family business, an empty storefront and bedrooms that were once part of a lively home.
Pens and shelter for livestock, much to be proud of. But once his father died, relatives came and took the goats, cattle, and other livestock. They took furniture, tools, and whatever they could lay claim to. Samson's mother has gone to another village in hopes of finding work. His remaining brother is often gone in search of work, so Samson is left very much to fend for himself. This afternoon, in fact, we find out that Samson hasn't eaten in a day. With so much responsibility, it is hard to imagine Samson continuing his quest for a better education, but he is determined to better himself, and no one knows how AIDS can affect a family more than Samson.
While working on the MCV documentary, we were treated to Malawi's famous hospitality. Special events such as banquets and dances were presented on our behalf. In fact, Malawi is known as the warm heart of Africa.
This is Jonathan. He plays the role of the headmaster in the MCV movie. Jonathan is waiting to find out if he's been accepted into the Malawi University.
So this is my home. So use simple doors. Don't have enough money to have like wood doors and the like. So just use simple doors. So during night I use this lamp. This lamp for my studies. So these are my books.
So during the night, I spend 2-3 hours studying using this simple lamp. We have 2 goats. This is the house for the goats. My father passed away in 1991. I'm the older son in the family. I have a little bit of responsibility. That's take care of small kids when my mom is away. I need also to do some kind of work since my mom doesn't do any professional work. I go to school for a purpose, so I don't need to think much about my home because I know for sure I'll come back.
MCV's success is apparent in the voices of these young people.
In our community, most people are not educated. At the same time, they are poor. They don't have radios. They cannot communicate with people properly. It is only these recent years when people are now starting to talk about HIV/AIDS. But I remember when I was in primary school, nobody was talking about HIV/AIDS.
If you are going to let the kids who are just growing, who are just reaching their puberty stage, to discover themselves about HIV/AIDS, it may end up spoiling their lives, because when they'll be trying to know that this is HIV, it will be the same time they'll be infected.
MCV is playing a great role. They have like workshops where they tell them more about HIV, go in the villages, do plays, songs about HIV.
You, the parents, you should tell your children the truth about AIDS, how it comes, how it is transmitted, how you can control it.
People will be like amazed to see children from their own villages acting in such a wonderful way, and at the same time listen to the message which is in the movie. Juma's story will be the first to be accurate in the remote areas of our country, which will be like so inspiring to the community.
Whenever you know where you are going, nothing can get in your way, because if you always have the target. I want to reach this. So if your goal is to reach that target, nothing get in your way. You always succeed. So this is why I'm a happy man, even though my dad passed away.
Meeting all these young people was truly inspiring, and I will never forget the time I spent in Malawi getting to know them all. Being first-time actors in the movie Juma's Story was a unique experience for them, and I was so glad to have somehow been a part of it. I look forward to seeing my new friends again soon.
I see skies of blue of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful